What's up, everybody? Wayne here. Welcome to a long overdue next installment of Odyssey Shorts. Never come up with a better name, so I've just been calling them Shorts. It's been a while since I've done one of these. This will be number 31, and today I'm going to be talking about the Menehune. These are interesting little guys. I got the article that I am going to be bringing to you today from tohawaii.com. So I want to give those guys some credit. Before we get started, guys, anyone new to the show, if you haven't done so already, please hit that subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it. If you've had an encounter and would like to come on and share it with me on one of our other episodes, I'd love to talk to you about that. Shoot me an email to Wayne at paranormalworldproductions.com. All right, that's all I'm going to say about all of that. I'm going to, while I am reading this article, I'm going to throw up this picture that I found of the Menehune. And obviously, it's not an accurate or an original picture. It's a drawing, but it's what they kind of believe what they were supposed to look like, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, let's get going. Talking about the legend of the Menehune. Hawaiian legend has it that many centuries ago, the Menehune were a mischievous group of small people, or dwarfs, who lived hidden in the forests and valleys of the islands before the first settlers arrived from Polynesia. These Menehune, who roamed the deep forests at night, were said to be about 2 feet tall, though some were as tiny as 6 inches, small enough to fit in the palm of your hand. They enjoyed dancing, singing, and archery, and their favorite foods were bananas and fish. They sound awesome so far. Who don't like bananas and fish? The Menehune have been known to use magic arrows to pierce the heart of angry people, igniting feelings of love instead. All right. They also enjoyed cliff diving, and according to local lore, they were smart, extremely strong, and excellent craftsmen. They were rarely seen by human eyes, and they are credited with mighty feats of engineering and overnight construction. These industrious master builders used their great strength to build temples, fish ponds, roads, canoes, and houses. One such structure they are believed to have built is, and there's going to be several names in here, guys, that I butcher, but please bear with me and I'll do the best I can. One such structure they are believed to have built is Kikaloa, also known as the Menehune Ditch, a historic irrigation ditch that funnels water from the Waimea River on Kauai. The Waimea River on Kauai. Another one of their amazing feats is a legendary overnight creation of the Alakoko fish pond on Kauai, which archaeologists estimate to be around 1,000 years old. It is said that they built the Alakoko fish pond for a princess and her brother. The shy but strong group lined up in a double row which stretched 25 miles to distant Makaweli. Again, I'm sorry, guys. Makaweli. The workers passed stones hand to hand to build the pond. They worked at night so as not to be seen by others, cutting, transporting, and fitting stones for their projects in a long bucket brigade. If they were discovered, their work would be abandoned. The Menehune were promised no one would watch them at work, which was carried out after dark. However, one night the royal siblings snuck up and watched the thousands of Menehune at work, only to fall asleep. At sunrise, the Menehune discovered them and turned them into twin stone pillars that can be seen today in the mountains above the fish pond. Interrupted by the sun, the Menehune left 2 gaps in the fish pond wall. Many generations later, Chinese settlers filled the gaps to raise the mullet. but the stonework that closed the gap was far inferior to the mystical Menehune. Another description that has been passed down in local folklore is of three Menehune of Anaho. Anaho is a forest on the north side of Helicacca crater in Maui. The three Menehune were called Healulu, Maoa, and Elu. All the other Menehune living in Hawaii knew them well because they possessed very unusual powers. Healulu means to tremble, and it seemed like this little man was always cold, but his magic gift was that whenever he would start shaking, he would become invisible and could travel anywhere without being detected. Elu in Hawaiian means quick and nimble, and whenever Elu moved, he was so quick that he disappeared and no one could follow him. Maloa's name means lazy, but what most people didn't know was that whenever he appeared to be sleeping or lazy, his magical self became imperishable. I butchered that word. I'm sorry. Imperishable, and he would go around the island and do good deeds. All right. Even though the Menehune were said to be displaced when the first settlers arrived in Hawaii, some people still believe that the Menehune are roaming the islands, carrying out tricks on people. Indeed, an 1820 census of Kauai listed 65 people as Menehune. Other Hawaiian mythological records refer to a few other forest-dwelling races. The Niue, who were large and wild hunters, descended from Luanuo and Mu people and the Wei people. All right, there's another. That one was short, so I'm going to read another one here. Hawaiian culture is filled with the unique traditions, language, and folklore that have been passed down from generations. One interesting Hawaiian legend is the tale of the Menehune, a dwarf-like race that were believed to have possessed special powers. In fact, 1820 census from the island of Kauai listed 65 people as Menehune. It has been said that the Menehune people were very small. They were known to be strong workers and excellent craftsmen despite their shortcomings. These legendary people lived in the lush forests and deep valleys of the Hawaiian Islands, keeping out of sight and living simple lives filled with dancing, singing, and archery. What they were best known for, however, were their extraordinary feats of engineering and construction, believed to have been accomplished overnight. Only working under the cover of darkness, the Menehune were ever seen. If the Menehune were ever seen, their work would stop. As Hawaiian legend has it, the Menehune worked the graveyard shift to build temples, fish ponds, roads, canoes, and houses. A few can still be seen today. All right. Another famous construction is the Aleko fish pond. We covered that one. Though these stories are legendary, there might be some truth to them after all. The theory is that prior to the Polynesian settlers from the Marquesas Islands arrived in Hawaii, which were later followed by the Tahitians, the Menehune were already inhabiting the islands when the new settlers from Tahiti came in and began oppressing them, labeling them as Menehune, or commoner, in the Tahitian language. They were ultimately forced to flee to the mountains and valleys, where they could remain hidden. Due to their oppression, the Menehune were seen as having low social status, which possibly contributed to their later description as being small. In addition, it is also believed that some structures were built in a single day, but not by the hands of the Menehune. Local Alaya or chiefs will demand every single one of their subjects gathering together to construct projects such as the fish pond. Whether fact or fiction, the Hawaiian legend of the Menehune lives on and gives the Hawaiian culture a colorful history. Very true. All right. Guys, is anyone out there that was familiar with the Menehune? I found it interesting because a lot of you that have followed me for a little while, you've heard me talk probably a couple times about the encounter that my vice president Walls, Derek Jasper Walls, and I had on our first trip up to Pigeon Mountain in Lafayette, Georgia, in North Georgia, where I stopped in to talk to the ranger, the guy that was over the WMA up there. Turned out it was the last day of deer season for that year, and we didn't know that. We weren't hunters, so we were not disappointed. Didn't think we were going to get anything because there was going to be so many people in the woods that weekend. So I started talking to this young man. He was young, probably mid to late 20s, very polite, very personable. I felt comfortable talking to him. So I felt comfortable enough asking him and telling him, we're here doing a Bigfoot investigation, and we've heard reports about them being up here on the mountain. Do you know anything? Have you witnessed anything yourself or heard any stories? He looked at me with a straight face and he said, "No, not Bigfoot, but we do have dwarfs." I kid you not, the man said dwarfs. And that's had me interested in little people, like the legends of little people for a long time. So I thought this would be a cool one to cover. I also covered a while back in one of these shorts the moon-eyed people, and they were believed to have been in our area as well, but a long, long time ago, like before the Cherokee, I believe. But they were a race of very small people, so it's an interest of mine. Anyone out there that's watching, if y'all know anything about small people or can add to any of these stories, I really, really would appreciate you getting a hold of me. Pop my email up here one more time. Wayne at Paranormal World Productions. So yeah, guys, let me know what you think about this one. Seem to have pretty good get good feedback about these. People were enjoying them. The views weren't up. I don't promote them that much, so it's usually just my regulars that see them. But I hear good things about them, so I want to keep doing them. If you guys have any suggestions on anything else you want me to cover, I would be happy to. Just use that email right there and give me a shout. All right, let's get out of here. 15 minutes in and out. I like it. Y'all take care of each other, take care of yourselves, and I will see you next time. Bye.